Federico Chiesa is Juventus. Punto.
Federico Chiesa is Juventus. Punto. What a fantastic message of Romeo Agresti yesterday for more than 1 hour, a bit more than 1 hour on the channel answering my question, but especially the question from the chat. At a certain moment he spoke about his favorite players, but also gave opinion about your favorite players. We spoke of course about actuality, McKennie, Kulusevski, the minus 15 points that were taken from Juventus, the future of Juventus. We spoke about our beloved Juventus. Fantastic live. I really thank another time Romeo Agresti for being our guest, for being so kind also to speak in English. Guys, it was just simple top. If you missed it, if you had not the opportunity to watch it, go back. It is already available on replay. Watch it, enjoy it, because it's just fantastic. But why were we speaking about Federico Chiesa? Well, yesterday during the day, there was a news that came out from Arsenal sources that Arsenal made of Federico Chiesa their top player, top priority player to sign him, which can be true. Chiesa is a top player, is a phenomenon, coming back from injury. Why not the interest of other teams? Makes sense. Premier League, they have no problem with money, so I can potentially understand it. The thing is that they put a price tag on it that is totally not normal. 20 million euro. What is their motivation of that price tag? Well, Juventus wants to sell Federico Chiesa because they are in financial trouble, because the justice, we don't know if he will be in Europe and so on and so on. So Arsenal going and taking advantage of the situation of Juventus. Disgusting. Yesterday I already replied them. This kind of newspaper or these kind of news accounts on Twitter, they should have a bit more respect for their followers, because spreading this kind of fake news is showing actually zero respect for the people that are reading them, because then you start believing it. 20 million euro. I asked Romeo Agresti, he said Federico Chiesa is not for sale. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. We'll speak about a lot of things, especially I really want to speak about the Juventus official fan club that took an initiative to stay united, giving my opinion about that and maybe also reinforce the message. First, let's start with the news that came out yesterday while I was live. Kulusevski back at Juventus, shared by Gazzetta dello Sport by Giovanni Albanese. I spoke about it yesterday during the live with Romeo Agresti. He said, I have absolutely no news about that. I doubt it. It's true that there is no obligation to buy if the bonuses or the targets are not reached. What are the targets? Well, qualification in Champions League, playing a percentage of the game. Also, Antonio Conte possibly not renewing with Tottenham, and he is an Antonio Conte man. Could see the Swedish player come back at Juventus. Yes, that's a possibility that we have to take into account. Romeo said, I don't believe so, also because not only he is a Conte man, but he became a Tottenham man. So let's see what will happen anyway, whatever will happen with actually the beautiful work and what he showed on the pitch in Premier League. Even if he come back, I believe that Juventus can even sell him for more than the requested 35 million euro, especially if you are looking at the prices that they are signing players in Premier League. I believe that easily now you can even sell him for 60-70 million euro. Weston McKennie that close to Leeds. Apparently Leeds made a first official offer for the player. They already agreed with the USA player. We spoke about it in the video of yesterday before being live with Romeo Agresti. 28 million euro, an offer officially to Juventus. Juventus is asking for 35, 7 million more. Apparently Di Marzio was also reporting that an agreement can be found. Will he be there on Sunday versus Monza? Big question mark, especially now that Cuadrado is back. But Leeds is closer and closer to Juve. Then the big question is Fresneda, yes or no? Apparently yesterday Romeo told us it will be really difficult, especially if you are seeing what club are on the young Spanish player from Villarreal. Well, apparently Arsenal is on him. What about Male? What about Karsdorp? Holm from Spezia, for example. With Spezia, they don't have the need to sell, especially that they just sold the player to Premier League. Kivior, that was also a target of Juventus. So let's see if Juventus will be able to reinforce that right wing, or we will buy nobody and just sell Weston McKennie. Yesterday, our friends from IFTV, they didn't leak, because it was already leaked from November, the away shirt, possible away shirt from 23-24, but they made a fantastic graph with Labil Pogba wearing that shirt, and it's just simply amazing. I was reading a bit of the feedback of the people, their comments, and I have to admit that 95% of the people, they just simply love it. Fantastic. Gazzetta dello Sport is speaking about Pogba and Vlahovic because they are saying Allegri, Vlahovic is here. Today there will be a test in La Continasa in family, first team versus next gen. Why the test? To play, because we had only one game this week, but also to test if Vlahovic and Pogba, they are fit to be on the bench versus Monza, but also to understand how many minutes they will have to play. Will they be called up or not? We will discover it in the press conference of Saturday with Max Allegri. A beautiful message speaking about Pogba and Vlahovic, but also the rest of the team. Yesterday, Mattia Perin, second goalkeeper, he showed a picture on Instagram of the team that was eating together, having dinner together, with a fantastic message: sempre più uniti, always more united. I love that word. On Twitter a few days ago, I said, guys, now it's time to be Juventus, to show that we are Juventus. A beautiful message that I wanted to share with Juventini, to put their different opinions that are totally perfect, but put the different opinion aside and be united. A message shared by Perin yesterday, but also a big initiative started with the Jofc, Juventus official clubs from Italy, started with them, but that is also reaching the entire world. A lot of people reached out to me, like our friends from North America with the president there, but also from the African countries, the Arab countries, but also people from all around the world, from Europe, they were China, and all of them, they were contacting me like, Beppe, here is our official letter. This is the message that we want to send. What is basically what they are asking the JFC to all the members of their club. They are asking to support Juventus more and more and more, going towards supporting Juventus only, stopping with all the other initiatives like unsubscribing and unfollowing all the social media from Lega Calcio, Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio. Giving you an example, instead of watching the highlights of the game of Juventus, if you were not able to watch the game, or even if you just want to see the recap one more time to enjoy the goals, don't watch them on YouTube from Serie A, but watch them instead on the official YouTube of Juventus. For example, go and interact even more with Juventus social media on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitch, where I am asking you guys, don't make me a pleasure, guys. It's not my channel, but it's the channel of Juventus. Go in the pre-games if you want to have full information, instead of listening, for example, to TVs all around the world that do not know about the situation, that are speaking bad about Juventus. Minus 15 points here. Yes, they are guilty, they need to pay, and so on and so on. If you don't want to hear this dirt put on our name, go try to support the initiatives of Juventus, social media of Juve, interact instead of going with viral messages and bots, Allegri out, Allegri out, Allegri out, or the birthday from a player and starting to insult them. Reinforce, stay united. This is the big messages from all of them. Serbia, but all around the world. It's too much for me to cite them, to nominate them, but it's a really beautiful message from Juventinita. Whatever your opinion is, stick together, unfollow all the other, but focus on Juventus. And I really want to reinforce that sense of being together, being Juventini. Beautiful, beautiful, and I really applaud all of them. Latino America, North America, grande, guys, beautiful. No violence, absolutely not, but staying together is fantastic. Il campionato del caos, guys, there is a big chaos, and that's also what is pushing these guys from JOFC, me, to speak about it, to ask to stay united between us, between Bianconeri, because it's also on Tutto Sport. The supporters are united. They are also even starting the first revolt against Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio. There was a meeting between the Italian presidents of the JOFC to go and have a revolt verbally. I don't know what the initiative will be, but they are enough of accepting injustice. Injustice has to stop. That doesn't mean that if you are guilty you don't have to pay, but being treated equally and with respect. This is what we are lacking, and it's not the first time. We are noticing it more and more and more. At the moment we have no idea about the ranking. They already gave us minus 15. That psychologically is hard. We don't know what will happen in the future with the other lawsuits. They are speaking rumors about another minus 15. They are speaking about disqualifying some players because of the salary maneuvers and so on and so on. It will be really difficult. Guys, just to tell you that there are already a meeting today between the club's heads and also Lega Calcio, because they need to speak about the renewal of television right for the 3 next year, 24 until 27. But it's really strange because the first time they will also speak about the one that are going on, the currently, because you know there is a big initiative from the Italian side to stop watching pay TVs and their subscription with Dazn, with Sky, and so on and so on. Corriere dello Sport, Juve senza pace, Juve without peace. Again, they are speaking about the players that are now in target, disqualifying players, even players like Paulo Dybala or other ones that are not at the club anymore, but at the time apparently were agreeing with something or not. We will discover how they will judge us. So again, Juventus without peace. Tuttosport is going with something else, and that's the end of the video. The secret document. Secret document, what is it? Why are you speaking about the secret document? Because apparently in the court, Juventus and also the other clubs that were judged at the time, they asked repetitively to see a document that has been signed and has been actually hidden since the 14th of April 2021. What is that document? Why Giuseppe Chiné and all the other ones that Juventus asked for that document never showed it? They said, no, it's not an interesting one, it's not something that will help the dossier that we are studying. Why did that document never showed up? Well, because apparently on the 11th February 2021, that's the first time, we were speaking about 2 years ago, that Consob asked to verify, to judge, to pay attention to the transfer, to the plusvalenza and so on and so on. On the 14th of April, there is apparently a secret communication between the one that were investigating in-house Juventus and Kovisok that is actually taking care of it. Apparently, this one has been hidden. Why? And I explain you. Because in May they start again to study, to go, to check the documents and so on and so on and so on. And then you have no news anymore. On the 19th of October, well, there is an official ask for checking, for starting a process. 26 has been approved. Well, why is it important, that document? Because in the law, apparently, if the 14th of April was the first communication between Koviskov and La Procura Federale, apparently you have 30 to 60 days to start the process, to go into appeal, to start the process, and that has not been done. So apparently from that moment on, you have no right anymore to go with other evidences, the leaked phone calls that we heard with Cherubini, Paratici, and so on, they have no reason to be studied because they are juridically, and I am not a lawyer, apparently not to be taken into account, because the 14th of April was actually from the date where you had 60 days to start the process, has not been done. And this is why they are hiding that document, because if that document comes up, if it showed up in court, apparently all the rest of the processes will be invalidated. And that's where Juventus will play one of the jokers. They want to see that secret document that has been hidden. And that's why I'm telling you, these kind of things, it looks more like a witch hunt than a really fair lawsuit. It is what it is, guys. I know it was a bit strange how I explained it. I hope you understand it. If not, when we will be in live, I will take my time to really go through everything and to explain you even better. Thank you, guys. Grazie, ragazzi. Thank you for everything. Grazie, forza. Juve.